we keep hearing arguments with respect to intentions. It's this idea that if you care about the least of these, or you care about people that are making low wages, then of course you're going to vote to increase the minimum wage. Gosh, if only reality were that simple, Mr. Speaker. I mean, if it was simple enough to just simply say, we're going to go ahead and decide that the minimum wage is $15 because that's going to lift people out of poverty. My gosh, why did we stop there? Why not 25? Why not 50? Why not 100? Why don't we just mandate as a body that everyone in the Commonwealth of Virginia be wealthy? And I know that sounds flippant, but I'm dead serious about it, Mr. Speaker, because I know what it's like to work for minimum wage. I know what it's like to be at that starting off position where you have no work experience, you have no credentials, you have no real education, and you desperately need a job because the way that you're going to get the credentialing, the way that you're going to get the education, that on-the-job training, the way that you're going to get the various work ethic and lessons that you need to learn in order to move up the economic ladder is through that first job. But when you price those people out of the labor market, and this isn't conjecture, Mr. Speaker, when you tell somebody that you're not allowed to hire somebody who wants to work at a particular rate because that's the job that they can get, when you tell them that they're not supposed to, they can't have that job, I think that's kind of an arrogant imposition on behalf of the government. So, again, Mr. Speaker, if we want to help people that are desperately trying to get that first job, in order to move up the economic ladder, in order to get the experience that they need to be more economically successful, then I wouldn't take away options that they would otherwise choose for themselves. And that is what raising the minimum wage does. Because as much as we all might like a reality where we can simply pass a law and demand curves no longer slope downward, it doesn't work that way in real life. And while there's been a lot of arguments on behalf of small business owners with respect to legislation like this, I'm arguing on behalf of being in that position where I needed that first job and I didn't need a politician standing in between me and my potential employer and telling me I was not allowed to have it or telling me that there was something lacking in my righteousness if I wanted the freedom to be able to negotiate that wage. And so I hope it will be the pleasure of the body to engross the bill and move it on to its third reading.